So welcome back. I'm sorry for the break in transmission, and if you are a returning subscriber, God bless you. But I encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. So continue with our class. I'll be solving the same question I solved earlier, but now I'll be using the 6 mix method to calculate or to solve for weighted CVP analysis. Now, using the same question, Nahoma produces two products named ME and FM. The cost and revenue information are shown below: products, sales unit, variable cost per unit, and selling price per unit. So MA, sales unit is 40,000, variable cost per unit of MA is 60 naira, and selling price per unit of MA is 80 naira. FM, the sales unit is 40,000, variable cost per unit of FM is 80 naira, and selling price is 120. So they said, assuming total fixed cost of the firm is 400,000 naira, what is the break-even point in value? Break-even point in value. So we are not told to calculate the break-even point in units, just the break-even point in value. Now, so how do we go about it? The first thing you need to do is that to calculate your break-even point in value, if you want to use the 6 mix method, you have to first calculate your break-even point in units. And to calculate your break-even point in units, from all the formulas we've established so far, break-even point in units is equals to fixed cost over contribution per unit, if you still remember, per unit. But because it is now a combination of two different products, it is not more contribution alone, but it is a weighted contribution. Yes, it is a weighted contribution. Yeah, what do I mean by weighted contribution? Weighted contribution is the sense that if I'm getting contribution of 12 naira from MA and I'm getting contribution of 5 naira from FM or FA, I cannot assume that the contribution is equal, so I have to weight it. So my contribution is now based on the weight of the contribution of each product. So that is what, or that is why this weighted is very, very important. It's just the fixed cost over the weighted contribution per unit. So what I'm going to emphasize in for the sake of this video is how we get our weighted contribution per unit. So before you can get your weighted contribution per unit, you need to get your contribution per unit first. Of course, I want to believe everybody watching this video now knows how to get that. So contribution per unit, you need your sales value. Your sales value for, we are dealing with two products, MA and FM. So sales value for MA from our question is 80 naira, and sales value for FM from our question is 120. So our variable cost per unit for each, variable cost per unit for MA is 60, and variable cost per unit for FM is 80. So subtract, I'll get my contribution per unit. 80 minus 60, I have my 20. 120 minus 80, I have 40 as my contribution per unit. So what I need to get after getting the contribution per unit, I need to get the sales mix. True, in the question we are not told anything about sales mix, but they give us the forecast of what they sold, telling us that 40,000 of MA and 60,000 of FM. So 40,000 of MA and FM, 40,000 and 60,000. So if you convert this 40,000 and 60,000, or 40 and 60, if you convert it to fraction, that will be, convert it to fraction, yes, that will be 40 divided by 40 plus 60, 100, and this also 60 divided by 100. You can express it in percentage by just saying 40 divided by 100 times 100, so 40%, 60%. So but what we need here at the point is the weighted contribution. So how do we get that? By saying 40 divided by 100, that will give you 0.4. 0.4. 40 divided by 100, that will give you 0.4. That's how you calculate your, what I'm still dealing with is the sales mix. That is how you treat the sales mix. So and for this one also, 60 divided by 100 is 0.6. Yes, so this is what I mean, that is just, how do you get this 40 divided by the total? 60 divided by the total, and you get 0.4. And so this is how you treat your sales mix. Now for MA, the sales mix is given as 0.4, and for FM the sales mix is 0.6. So for you to get this weighted sales mix means that MA is only contributing 0.4, FM is only contributing 0.6. So we take their sole contribution multiplied by the contribution per unit that we got. So we say 20 multiplied by 20, which is contribution from MA, multiplied by the sales mix of MA, 0.4, plus, that is how we get our weighted contribution. 40 multiplied by our sales mix of FM, which is 0.6. So 20 multiplied by 0.4, I think that should be 8, and 40 multiplied by 0.6, that should be 24. Please let me permission to confirm. So 20 multiplied by 0.4, that's 8, and 40 multiplied by 0.6, that's 24. So 24 plus 8, that will be 32. So our weighted contribution is 32. That is how you get your weighted contribution. Sometimes they might tell you that contribution of MA and FM is 3:1. So they give you 3:1, just so that this one now will now be, for MA will be 3/4, for FM will be 1/4. So just this 3 divided by the total mix, which is 3 plus 1, and that's exactly what I did here. That's just by the way. So continue with our lecture. If this is the weighted contribution, we can calculate our break-even point in units. This is our fixed cost divided by weighted contribution per unit. So break-even point in unit will be fixed cost. How much is our fixed cost? From our question, we told that our fixed cost is 400,000. 400,000 divided by weighted contribution per unit, which is 32. 32. So 400,000 divided by 32. 400,000 divided by 32. That's 12,500 units. So BEP in units is 12,500. As simple as that. BEP in units is 12,500. But what they asked us to calculate was BEP in value, not in units. Okay. So this is my BEP in units, and I'm selling two products, right? For me to break even, I must produce 12,500 of both ME and FM. So I'll come here, I'll say MA, FM. For me to get the break-even point in value, I have to calculate, out of this 12,500, how many of the product is ME? Out of 12,500, how many of the product is FM? And how am I going to do that? I'm still going to use their sales mix. 40% is ME, FM is 60%, or I use 0.4 and 0.6. So ME is 0.4 times, what is the total unit produced? 12,500. FM is 0.6 times total unit produced, 12,500. So if I should go by my calculator here, I say 12,500 multiplied by 0.4 will give me 5,000. So ME is 5,000 units. So, and while FM is 7,500 units. So of the two products produced, MA we produce 5,000 of units of MA for us to break even, and we produce 7,500 units of FM for us to break even. Now, how do we now get the break even point in value? If I'm producing 5,000 quantity of MA, how much am I going to generate from selling MA? Of course, amount I'm going to generalize will be the amount of quantity I produce multiplied by the price I'm selling one. So BEP for MA, the amount I'm going to be realized from MA will be 5,000 multiplied by, how much is the price per unit of MA? Price per unit of MA is 18 naira, and for FM is 7,500 multiplied by price per unit of FM is 120. So 5,000 multiplied by 80, 5,000 multiplied by 80, 400,000 naira is what I generate from selling MA to break even. And 7,500 multiplied by 120, 900,000 is what I generated from selling FM to break even. If I add the two together, I'll get 1,300,000. Now, if you compare this 1,300,000 to the previous video that I solved, you see that I solved the same question. See that I got the same BEP value, which is 1,300,000. And for the last one, using the contribution margin ratio, also I got one. So if you look at it, I got 1,300,000 also. So that brings us to the end of CVP analysis. Probably if you guys want, I might just do one more video on these multiple products and solve every form of questions you might have, any other information. But the major thing you need to know, or the major question they ask you in CVP analysis, is calculating break-even point in units and in value, which we've done. So in my next class, we'll be moving to a new topic. I'll see you guys then, and subscribe, share the video to your friend. Thank you.